So since 1946 or so, the American Cancer Society has invested close to $5 billion in cancer research. The American Cancer Society is the number one funder of cancer research in this country, second only to the federal government and the NIH. The origins really go back to the 1940s when some very, very interested people in terms of making a difference in terms of cancer treatment decided that the path forward would be to fund cancer research. And because of the work done by Mary Lasker in paving that way, the war on cancer started, and then major investments were made at the NIH. And what a lot of people don't understand is the American Cancer Society is a voluntary organization. We receive no support from the federal government. And so all the dollars that are raised are from Americans like yourselves who are interested in seeing the advances that we need in order to fight this disease. The American Cancer Society believes that the best research isn't done at one institution. It's done at all the institutions in the United States. And what we try to do through our external grants program is convene the best scientists in the country who can determine how to best to invest that money. So to give you a tangible example, there could be some wonderful groundbreaking research being done in Phoenix, Arizona, or in Spokane, Washington, or in Pennsylvania, or in any of the 50 states in the United States. And so our external grants review panel determines how that money should best be invested. One of the things that we're famous for is investing in young researchers, people that are making a difference and are very early in the stage of their careers. And we're very proud of the fact that we have funded 49 Nobel Prize winners who were unknown entities, essentially, young investigators, and we gave them the seed money for them to then go on to make the groundbreaking changes in medicine that we've seen over the last decades. So our external grants program is unique. It doesn't invest in one institution, it invests in the best scientists around the country who will make and have made the difference in terms of cancer progress. We're currently seeing a 26% decline over the last 25 years or so in mortality rates in the US. That did not happen by accident. It happened because the American Cancer Society has invested in researchers who've made groundbreaking changes, groundbreaking discoveries, and that has created a watershed in terms of the types of research and advancements that we've needed and that we've been the recipients of. Like everything else in our lives right now, the pandemic has affected fundraising and it's affected clinical trials. Those two things together have either halted or delayed the progress that we want to see in cancer research. So let me give you an example. So let me throw some data out there. Early on in this pandemic, a study was done at Yale that showed over 200,000 clinical trials had either been halted or delayed because of the pandemic. And we also know this, that it takes about a decade, it takes about 10 years for a discovery made in the laboratory to translate to a difference at the bedside. In other words, if we lose the research this year that was supposed to be done, we'll have a setback of 10 years from that. So it's incredibly important to understand that, and we have to move forward in terms of our ability to fundraise and to fund the clinical and bench research that's needed to continue to make the progress that we've seen over the last 20 to 30 years. Researchers is a movement that shines a light on the incredible discoveries that are made by women in the United States. Women make invaluable contributions to cancer research. Despite that, they're consistently underrepresented in research leadership. The researchers campaign, the campaign that the American Cancer Society started, wants to change that equation. Together, we can sustain women-led cancer research, bolster the careers of women researchers, and support a far more robust pipeline of female leaders in cancer research. What's our goal? Our goal is to ensure the unique perspective of women remains a powerful and growing force in cancer research. Researchers gives women an opportunity to fundraise for women-led cancer research, but it's more than a fundraising program. Researchers is really a sisterhood of purpose, determined to sustain women-led cancer research and to recognize the female trailblazers in the field. When someone donates to researchers, you're helping to bolster the careers and sustain the pipeline of female researchers. You're helping to build a future where women are one of many, not one of few, in cancer research leadership. In short, you're helping to strengthen the overall field of cancer research. So please help us with this project. Dr. Long is really a unique researcher. She, first of all, is doing her work in a rural area where one wouldn't necessarily think that change can be made. But we know that change, that innovation occurs everywhere in this country, especially in the world of cancer research. Her work in pancreatic cancer is exceedingly important. Pancreatic cancer soon will be the #2 cancer in the United States. It will surpass colon cancer. And we have made very little progress in the treatment and the diagnosis of pancreatic cancer. So I'm a big fan of Dr. Long's. I think she's doing phenomenal work in an area where she sets an example, if you will, for other women who want to do cancer research. You don't necessarily have to be in a big, world-renowned institution. You can be in a small institution, but big things happen in small places. So that's why I'm a big fan of Dr. Long's, and that's why I'm supporting her research.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Long, Assistant Professor of Biology in the Department of Natural Sciences at Mansfield University. My career as a cancer immunologist started in 2013 when I joined the lab of Dr. Gregory Beatty at the University of Pennsylvania as a postdoctoral fellow. My previous graduate work focused on an autoimmune disease, systemic sclerosis, which causes skin and internal organ fibrosis. When joining UPenn, I was able to apply my background in skin fibrosis to the fibrotic tumor microenvironment of pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer is one of the deadliest types of cancer. When I joined Mansfield University in 2016, I brought similar pancreatic cancer research projects and models with me, and I have continued my research here with undergraduate research students. The progress my undergraduate students have made on some of the more challenging and innovative research projects has been utterly amazing. My students have collectively secured over $20,000 in research funding over 3 years. This funding has helped to push our research projects to the next degree and has helped students advance to the next level of their young, yet already decorated career. I chose Mansfield University because of the student demographics and the small class sizes, which lends to the ability to work one-on-one with individual students. I love sharing my passion for science with students and in turn, watching their passion grow, especially in first-generation students who often question whether they can be successful in this field. In addition to overseeing an active research laboratory, I teach courses related to cell and molecular biology, immunology, and genetics. I also teach an upper-level general education course, Cancer Awareness. This course stresses the importance of cancer prevention, screening, and early intervention. I desired to push that message even further, so I teamed up with the American Cancer Society and joined the advisory board of the Northeastern PA section. And recently, I accepted the nomination as a Research HERS ambassador, thanks to the generous support of Dr. Baskies. The Research HERS program stresses the importance of women in science, and that message is especially important here in rural Tioga County. We need to generate an army of biomedical researchers to tackle incurable diseases like pancreatic cancer, and why not start right here?